You're now tuned into the second season of Atypical Voices in Our Time with co-hosts Jay Stokes, Koya, and Jay Random.
Okay, this take 12 now. It's take 2.
Welcome to the AVIOT podcast, y'all.
That's AVIOT.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's the AVIOT podcast. I'm your gracious co-host, Jay Stokes, joined by Koya and Jay Random. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, guys.
What's up?
All right, so it's our second time working with this video. I'm so happy that the first time we did the video, it actually worked. So I remember we had our technical difficulties. All those other times we tried to get it done, but I'm glad this is underway. The first thing I wanted to talk to everybody about and just discuss is Ice Cube's contract with Black America. Have you all been hearing any news about that lately, or have you seen anything? No?
I don't really know what's going on. I guess they were trying to say that he was trying to meet up with Donald Trump, but he said Donald Trump wanted to listen. He's the person in power. But I don't really know what they were talking about in detail.
Okay. Random, you heard about it all?
I heard about it, but I don't know too much about what he's talking about. You know, because I remember at first, I think it was a month ago, he went on whatever platform he went on. I don't know if it was IG or Live. And he was just basically saying, you know, we got to start as Black people holding our votes until we get what we want. So after that, I didn't hear anything else. Yeah. Well, not really tune him out, but I didn't hear anything else from him. So, but I've heard that somehow now he's talking to Trump, but I don't know if that's true or not because I never took the time to actually look into it. So what's up?
Okay. So for those of you out there, basically what's happening is Ice Cube wanted to start a contract with Black America and basically get the needs of Black Americans met. So as a result of that, a lot of people in the media started saying, oh, he's working with Trump. The reason why is because he tweeted saying that he spoke with Joe Biden's camp and Trump's camp actually heard him out, quote unquote.
I came up with the contract with Black America. And I didn't run to go work with any campaign. Both campaigns contacted me. Both campaigns wanted to talk to me about the contract with Black America. One campaign said, we love what you have, but let's really dig into it after the election. And one campaign said, we love what you have. Do you mind talking to us about it? And that's what I did. So I didn't run to nobody, and so that was real misleading to me.
Well, I didn't say you ran to anybody. I said that you had taken a pivot.
Well, you said I ran over to the Trump team instead of the Biden team. That's just not true.
Right? So it wasn't necessarily that he is speaking with Trump or that he reached out to Trump. He actually wanted to start this plan to help Black Americans and Black people in America specifically back when George Floyd was killed and all of the controversy surrounding that happened around America and around the world. And he was pretty much saying that, okay, well, we need a plan in order to address the needs of Black people in America, whether they be Black Americans, foreign-born Blacks, what have you, because we haven't gotten our needs addressed all of these years. He made a plan and actually took notes on this. So he put together this contract with Black America back on July 1st of this year. And it was revamped on July 19th. So he actually got experts like this guy named Derek Hamilton. So he got experts to weigh in. Derek Hamilton is the economist, I believe. And he got experts to weigh in. It wasn't just like him coming up with all of the rules and the language. He got these experts to help, and they put this plan together. He actually met with this group called ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves, which is both a group, so we would fit within the group American Descendants of Slaves because we are American Descendants of Slaves, and it also acts as a political group, so it's a group anchored in politics as well. And I know I'm being very long-winded with this, but pretty much they came up with this plan, and the Joe Biden camp was the first camp to reach out to him back in September 8th. So a lot of people are saying, well, Ice Cube, he just is presenting this right before election season. He's actually been working on this and trying to get it on the ground, get it off the ground running. And he wanted to focus on the private sector, the banks, Hollywood, and other people with resources that could affect Black Americans or Black people in America. And so the Democrats met with him, Biden's camp met with him, and they said, we like what we see in this plan, but we will address it after the election, and we'll see what we can do. We can't make any promises just yet. And Trump's camp came to him afterwards and said, we like this plan. We're going to take some of it and put it in the platinum plan for Black Americans. So when Ice Cube put that tweet out saying, oh, well, Trump's camp, they actually heard me out, it wasn't an endorsement of Trump. He's actually never even met Trump. He met with his camp, but he never met Trump. He just said, their camp heard me out, whereas Biden's camp said they're going to wait till after the election. He was just putting that out there. It wasn't an endorsement of anyone. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it was a roundabout way to pretty much say he's not endorsing anyone, but a lot of people have issues with it. They were saying, oh, well, what about Joe Biden's Lift Every Voice plan? And the thing is with Joe Biden's Lift Every Voice plan, it has a lot of language in there that is not necessarily tailored to Black individuals. He says minorities, people of color. And the thing is, people of color involved Asian Americans, they involve Indians, they involve Latinx groups. And as we know, Asian Americans, they tend to do better financially. Yes. You have something to say, Claire?
Yeah.
So it was, and then minorities include white women and include gays. So I'm saying, like, white gays. Hi. So I'm saying, well, that is like trickery language. That's not necessarily the language we want to use. The contract with Black America, I skimmed some of it thus far. It's 22 pages, so I'm still reading it. It's a lot to process. That plan specifically deals with Black people in America, and it has a separate section talking about reparations for Black Americans. And it says the criteria for who would qualify for reparations. So we can all trace back our ancestry to American slavery. And we also have identified as Black or African American within the past 10 years. So a lot of people, so we won't have Rachel Dolozols popping up out of the woodwork, because you would have to have classified as Black or Native or Black American or African American within the past 10 years.
Wait,
so,
pause.
Go ahead.
Did the lady thought she was Black all her life?
I think not.
When she thought she was Black? 4 years ago?
I think this is after
adulthood.
Yeah,
she wasn't Black.
Adulthood, but adulthood as in what? 22? Because
adult, yeah, she wasn't like, it wasn't like.
So then she qualified then.
No, because she can't trace her. She can't trace her parents. She can't trace her parents back to that. Okay, so that's why she can't trace her parents back to American slavery. So I apologize for being long-winded about it, but I just want to know, with the information that I've given you thus far, because there's a lot more. I've been sifting through so many interviews trying to read articles about this just to get a better grip on what Ice Cube is actually proposing and what he wants. Based on what I told you, what do you think?
It's Ice Cube. I already knew he wasn't endorsing Trump. Like, that's just common sense. So people don't read either. So they see one little headline and they just go on an uproar. So I just didn't bother to waste my brain cells on all these like stories and articles and things. Not saying it's not important, but I know he wasn't endorsing Trump. And I mean, if Trump is listening, let him listen. And Biden, I see why he said wait till after the election, because I'm not going to use my energy. What if I don't even become the president? Really not a lot I could do for you anyway.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he wouldn't want to do it right now. So that's why Trump hopped on it. He's the active president. It makes sense.
So my one question is this. If Biden doesn't promise to do anything and he wins the presidency, how can you hold him accountable after he wins?
We can't. They break promises all the time. They lie all the time.
They lie all the time.
They keep their word. If they don't, life is still gonna go on. So it's like
still gonna go on. And no, I totally agree. It's still gonna go on. And I feel like, it's not about them. Like, we vote for other reasons, like I vote for my ancestors. Yes, you know what I'm saying? So they, and I also vote so I can have a voice. They never did anything for us. And guess what? I still gotta go to work. I still gotta make my money. So listen,
life will go on.
So yes, at the end of the day, if he lies and doesn't hold his, and don't keep his word, then we vote him out.
In 4 years? Mm-hmm. See how much Trump did in these 4 years.
No, Trump got impeached and still didn't leave. So yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Listen, when it's all said and done, I can't imagine Biden getting impeached. So yeah, it'll be 4 years. We're gonna pick him out. I can't imagine him. He might fall asleep a few times, but that's about it. I don't think Sleepy Joe gonna do anything reckless. I mean, he's gonna be old.
All I thought was Sleepy Joe.
That's
I
what I'm
can't
saying.
think of nothing past that.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine him being impeached. It's like, really? What are you gonna get impeached for? Falling asleep on the job? Trump doing it already? He didn't get impeached. So it was kind of like, what are we talking about? But no, to be honest with you, to piggyback off what Coy said, I agree. I didn't really think that Ice Cube was actually endorsing Trump, but I'm not mad at Trump for playing the game because Trump has the power now. So Trump is trying to get black voters. Even if you get 2% of black voters, 3%, that's a lot. And what that means is, if it's easy for Trump to be like, you know what, come over here, let me help you out. Just like Trump was trying to get these stimulus checks out, they were saying, because don't forget, the stimulus checks has his name on it. Like no other president put their name on a stimulus check besides him.
That's very true.
So pretentious.
Yeah, exactly. So when I think about it, I say, listen, Biden doesn't have power, so Biden would just be wasting his energy talking about, okay, let me hear this out, knowing at the end of the day, if he loses, then Ice Cube kind of wasted his time too, because now you got to go back to Trump. So let's just see what happens November 3rd.
The thing is, just to cut you off right quick, Ice Cube, he just wants anybody to pay attention to this agenda and to take it seriously. So his reasoning is that basically we need somebody to address black issues. So it doesn't matter what side. He specifically said this is a bipartisan plan, the contract with Black America. He would like both Democrats and Republicans to work on it and adopt it. He really thought that the Biden campaign was going to jump on it right away, but to his disappointment, they didn't. And when we're talking about promises, well, because Biden's been promising things already. So we talk about promises, right? Biden said on day one, he's going to end the Muslim ban, right? So that's one thing. You're already tackling a specific group. He also said that he would send an immigration bill to Congress, creating a pathway to citizenship for 1 million undocumented immigrants and retaining rights for dreamers who are born to the United States illegally as children. So I'm like, he's making promises. So when you're saying, oh, well, he can't make promises, he's not president yet, he's already making promises. So
Jay Stokes, let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's 22 pages. Is that really benefiting us? Like, let me read these 22 pages and I get back to you on if it's even worth it. Because let's be honest, we are diverse. So everything on 22 pages probably not even really affecting half of us. So how do we know at the end of the day that he's not going to just take pages just like Trump is doing? Just take some pages. We don't know. We don't know. That's energy wasted. And I feel like November 3rd, let's just get it. And after November 15th, when we find out who the president is, then we can talk about it.
I don't know. Because like you said, you still won't be able to hold anybody accountable. My thing is, if you have promises,
I understand what you're saying.
If you make promises, right? And this is Ice Cube's language, not mine. I listened to one of his interviews where he talked about this. As a president or president-elect, if you make promises and you get into office, then we can come at you and the world will look at you and be like, hey, you got to deliver on that promise. If you don't, then you're going to look crazy.
And I know this isn't your intention, but I feel like, you know how they use us all the damn time. You know what I mean?
Both sides use celebrities, but check this out. The thing is this, I'm not here saying he's going to do anything, but he didn't make a promise to me. He made a campaign promise to the world. So he's on record for that. Now, we wanted Joe Biden on record. He has a plan, but I don't know if his plan really pinpoints Black people. So we want a plan that pinpoints Black people. We don't know if any of them going to do it. But when you have a person on record as a campaign promise, you have more to go at him with, because he's told the world this is what he's going to do. And if he doesn't deliver, he looks bad to everybody.
And as a president, you don't want to look foolish unless you're Trump. Then you don't really care if you look crazy. But as a president, you don't want to look crazy on the world stage. And I think that Joe Biden cares about how the world looks at him and at America more so than Trump does.
Okay,
I feel like they all. I just feel like they
yeah,
all.
I get what you're saying.
All make promises. Just if they deliver, cool. If they don't, cool.
Yeah, because listen, Biden can make that promise that he's going to stop this and do that, but when it's all said and done, we already know it's two houses that control the bills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it sounds good.
It sounds good, but if Republicans are still holding the Senate,
oh my lord,
then
you think they'll win it again? You think they'll win it again?
Well, this is the thing. So this is my thing. I think the Republicans are really putting themselves in a tough predicament because the Republicans are holding up the bill. Basically, they do not want to vote for this 2.2 trillion. They're saying it's too much, but they're forgetting that a lot of their base needs this money as well. So I feel like if they don't make this deal, it can hurt them November 3rd. But see, but they're too busy. They're thinking backwards. They're thinking if we make this deal, then it's going to hurt us November 3rd. I think if they don't make this deal, it's going to hurt them. And the last thing they need is a Democratic president, and both houses are Democrats. It's a problem, man. Stuff is going to change. Stuff is going to change.
Speaking of change, I wanted to flip over to this 50 Cent thing. Have y'all seen 50 Cent is endorsing Trump now because of Joe Biden's proposed tax increase on the rich and wealthy?
Yeah, I saw it. Not surprised. Not surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm sorry.
I mean, when you make a lot of money, though, I mean, of course, you want to keep as much of it as possible.
Yeah.
But like, considering the state of the country right now, nobody got time to play with you, 50 Cent. Like, he likes attention. He's a troll.
He is.
But I do get the concept in a sense, like, if I make a lot of money, I want to keep as much of it as possible. I do get that. But, he could just go vote it privately and kept it moving, but he's looking for attention.
Right. Exactly. Because they all find ways to save their money. So why can't he just say, okay, it's going up another 3%, so now it's going to be 39%? Well, how about you just take your money and put it in a different avenues, like more in real estate and more in here. There's ways for rich people to hide their money.
That's correct.
Come on. What's 39%? If you hide your money so well, that 39% is nothing. So it just means you got to be smart. Look at it. Look at Trump. In 2016, 2017, the man only paid $750 in taxes. Did anybody see Barack Obama play him today?
We know that he continues to do business with China because he's got a secret Chinese bank account. How is that possible? A secret Chinese bank account. Listen, can you imagine if I had a secret Chinese bank account when I was running for re-election? You think Fox News might have been a little concerned about that? They would have called me Beijing Barry.
Barack Obama said that Trump paid more in taxes in communist China than he did in the U.S.
Wow.
I know Trump is going to be pissed when he hear that shit.
That's
the point. Because it's like Trump has a bank account in China. So he knows he's paying more taxes in China than it is in the U.S.
He hates China, quote unquote.
Yeah, he hates China. We got a nice.
Some people froze. This isn't good. All right. So now that
watch live
froze
on Tuesday nights on ABC.
Yo, all of y'all froze, right?
No, I thought you froze.
Nah, y'all froze. Somebody froze.
That's hilarious. Somebody froze because you just jumped out of the blue. I'm like, what the heck happened?
Interesting.
Yeah. It's all right. It's technology.
We'll see on the playback.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. So,
continue.
50 Cent trolling.
Okay. Speaking of trolls, and Coy, I definitely want to get your perspective on this because it seems that now that this election is coming up, there's a lot of vitriol and a lot of negativity spewed at Black men specifically. And this tweet that was posted by Jamel Hill, remember she used to work for ESPN, I think she's with The Atlantic now. This tweet she posted recently, I think it was October 20th. Yes. Got a lot of backlash from people in the Black community. And she said the following: I have increasingly found that Black men just want better access to patriarchy. They don't actually want it dismantled.
Well,
Thoughts?
look, I saw something. I don't know if it's exactly saying the same thing, but they were basically saying that black men want, like, they claim they hate white supremacy, but they want white privilege. She could be on to something. I mean, you know.
Random?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how y'all feel. Y'all black.
You know,
men.
I got a notebook. You know, I got a notebook filled with this. I got a notebook filled with responses about this.
You're a black man. Tell me how you feel.
So basically, you know, it's crazy that sometimes people normally get mad when the truth is said. I think a lot of people, or I can't say a lot of black men, because I can only speak for myself, and I disagree with her. But in the same token, I work with a lot of skin folk that ain't kinfolk, and yeah, I see it. Like they so bad want to be who they're not, you know. And I can see it by when they see me and I say good morning, and they walk by me like I'm not even there. But let somebody else with a different complexion say good morning or a different title, and they breaking it. Hey, how you doing? You be like, yo, bro,
how you want me to jump?
Yeah, like, bro, come on, calm down, man. You understand the same high he give it to you, he gonna give the same high to me, and I don't gotta break my neck for it. So, I don't know. You know what? That's a good quote. That's a good quote she's saying though. I would not doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Right. Some are like
think
that.
about these entertainers.
I have a question for you.
Yeah,
I have a question for you. The people at your, what do you say, Corey? What do you say?
That's who I think it was more so directed to.
Yeah,
just like
entertainers.
That I heard it was based on entertainment, like many entertainment in a power in some sort.
So, Jay, the skin folk that ain't kinfolk that you're talking about at your job, were those only black men, or were those both black men and black women?
Good question. So the skin folk I was talking about pertaining to was definitely a black male, but I have definitely worked with some sisters that now you know what, the sisters don't really break their neck. They can care less.
Okay.
They too real about it. It's normally us. It's normally us that would code switch for no damn reason when we really don't need a code switch. It's not that serious. I see it. I see it with some of the people I hang out with at work. You know, that are skin folk and kinfolk. I see how, like, when I talk to them about certain situations at work, you know, their reply to it is so watered down. And when I talk to a sister about the same situation, the realness is so real. I'll be like, this is what I'm talking about here. This realness is what you need to hear. You don't need to hear this, well, did you look at it like this? Did you think about it like this? What she was really probably saying was like, nah, son. What she was saying was what she said. I'm not, you know, I'm not
wanting access. So then, you know,
exactly. And this person wants access sometimes. Yeah, this person
gonna pacify situations that really need to be confronted just to gain access.
Exactly. Thank you, Corey. So that's why I said no. The sisters, they call it like how it is. It seems like the males, they kind of like play the role. It's like, play the role. We're playing the role for it. So somebody got to step up to this person.
I wanted to backtrack to something. I don't know if Corey or Random, one of y'all said it, but that maybe Jamel Hill's mostly focusing on the black male entertainers or in those positions. Well, they occupy a small percentage of the black community. And the problem is, she said many black men. So if she's focusing on that, her saying the word many is wrong.
Yes.
She should have specified that.
Yeah, but she could be many in her personal life, because, you know, once you get to a certain stature in life, you're around certain types of people. So because of the industry she works in, that's all that she knows is black men in power 9 times out of 10. She don't know a lot of black men that work at Walmart or Home Depot. So she's saying many based on her life.
Exactly.
So do you think it's right to say that then? Because you know, people are going to take that and they're going to be like, oh yeah, black men ain't this, you know what I mean?
This is the problem with that, right? It's not about right or wrong. It's about using logic. She's talking based on her personal opinion.
Yeah.
So if you know you don't run in the same circles as her, you don't even know. I don't even know what that is.
I didn't take offense. I didn't take offense. Yeah, like, exactly.
If it fits, wear it. If it don't apply, then let it fly. So
listen, to be honest with you, and I'm sorry, Corey, you finished? I just wanted to throw something out.
That's it.
Cool. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if she's talking about Stephen A. Smith, because, you know, I swear she stayed throwing jabs at him. So I would not be surprised she's talking about him, because I can imagine Stephen A. That quote. Stephen A. wants that, but he doesn't like that. If it makes sense. What's what she said? They like what Coy said. They scream, "I ain't down with white supremacy. I ain't down with this white privilege," but they want that because that's what they aim for. They want that privilege. My question is,
what is patriarchy to you? Because you're talking about white privilege and white supremacy. So if she said access to patriarchy, what does that mean to both of you? What does that mean? Patriarchy. I don't know what she's talking about.
So, see, that's the thing, because when I think about that, I'm basically thinking about white privilege. Like, so I'm steady stuck on that, because what else could she be talking about?
That's what I mean, I don't know. I'm about to look.
What else? Yeah, like, what do you think? Yeah, exactly. What do you think when she said patriarchy? What?
Patriarchy is this system that oppresses women, oppresses what they call sexual minorities. So that means members of the gay or queer community, oppresses people that they deem lesser than. It's a male-dominated world. And when people say patriarchy, they really are referring to white male patriarchy. So we're dealing with the Donald Trumps. We're dealing with the Stephen Colbert's. I wouldn't put him in the category of trying to dominate people, but that's kind of the image. White men that are in positions of power that don't allow other people to rise up. So obviously Stephen Colbert is not a good one. Maybe Bill O'Reilly.
O'Reilly?
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly. He'd be a good one, right? So that's what she's talking about. The issue I have with her comment, I didn't comment on it or anything like that, but the issue I have with it is that I think she's mistaken, because this goes into this whole narrative of straight black men are the white people of black people. Because when she says black males, she's referring to straight black males, okay? Let's not get that twisted. Because she wouldn't say that with gay black males, even though gay black males also oppress black women as well. Let's not get it twisted, right? So I looked up some tweets, and that got a lot of traction underneath her comment. How about the cancel Zoom meeting? Ooh, my bad. Ooh. What's going on? No, I'm trying to minimize it. Yeah, y'all still here, but I actually I pressed the wrong button. All right, So one person tweeted the following. They said, black men fill the prisons forever, stand in unemployment lines, and face relentless assault from media every single day. Yet you are telling us we want better access to patriarchy? For what? The reason black men are so disaffected is because we aren't patriarchal. What's your thoughts on that?
They aren't patriarchal, meaning they're not their system of government like that's powerful. They're saying,
yeah, we're not in a powerful position, and we are oppressed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that statement, it was a little too broad, so I get where your frustration would be with that. Like, you can't talk about all of black men, but I really do think that she's talking about to black men in her own personal life, so we just got to use logic at that point.
I want to throw another person out. When I keep on playing that back, I think about Puff Daddy. I think about
he was the first
Tyler
person
Perry.
that came to my mind.
Tyler Perry. Think about Tyler Perry. Because
you think he oppresses black women?
I think he
No, not black women. Not black women per se. Okay, so it won't be Tyler Perry then. Because if we stick to oppressing black women, then see, once again, I'm just thinking of someone that's making it, that made it, and don't want nobody else to make it with them. So once again, I'm only taking bits and pieces. So I guess I'm not being fair.
And the problem with her making that statement is it invites.
You can take bits and pieces?
No, it invites other. Well, yeah, that too. But it invites other groups. It invites other groups to criticize us. There were white people in the comment section saying, "Yeah, that's right. Black men don't do this, and black men." I'm like, what gives you the right to say that?
We put it on a public platform.
Exactly.
When you put stuff on a public platform, it allows anybody to say anything because they're hiding behind a computer. There's no real repercussions to anything. You can wild out. And
so I'm wondering,
how does that help?
It doesn't help, and it's not right. But she already said it.
Yeah, and I don't think she's wrong. I mean, the problem is, when do you say it? Do you say it at a cookout?
Yeah, it's more so kitchen table talk. I think black people need to be.
I think it is.
Well, I can't hear you. What did you say?
It needs to be more kitchen table talk. Like, we get scrutinized enough. So when we have strong opinions like that, especially if you are in the media and you're on a bigger platform, you should probably keep that, amongst your own people. Don't put it up there for people outside of the black community to criticize and scrutinize. But there is this thing going around where they were saying that black women's been getting gypped for years because it was a thread of black women talking about, I think it was on Facebook, about how their man expects them to go 50-50 on the bills. And then so all these...
Hold on, Coy.
Yeah, she's spitting, but her mic is kind of low. Yeah.
What happened? Your mic...
down? Oh,
yeah.
No, it was just like this black girl was basically
No,
saying,
your mic went down.
Your mic is off.
Yeah, but it just looks like I'm doing something. I'm using the other thing. It's not even plugged in, I don't think.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, shoot. So all this time we think you're using the mic.
I'm doing it for the camera. It's a flex, guys. Relax. Now you got to figure that out. Okay. So, yeah.
Just get closer to the close. Okay.
Yeah, because also you got lower.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was a black girl on Facebook, and she said, now it's back. Okay, she's like, my husband wants me to pay 50% of the bills. And has any white women ever experienced this? Now, why she opened the floodgates, I don't know. All these different women came out like, oh, black women are being robbed. Bad enough they treat you bad, then they make you pay for it. And it's like we kind of set the tone because we're just throwing all of the stuff out there for them to talk about us. So, some things we should probably keep to ourselves. So.
I don't necessarily think you should keep it to yourselves. I think it should just be a discussion that we have on a different platform. Yeah. And also it needs to be constructive because Jemele Hill putting that statement out there, how does that help anything?
It doesn't help anything.
That doesn't help anything. You're right.
She probably feels excluded. Doesn't she work in the sports industry?
Yeah, but she's married to she's about to marry a black man. I think she's engaged or married or whatever.
She's married. She's married.
So she married a black man. So when you say that, you're also including your husband.
To her, she's not, though. She's talking about who she's talking about.
It
was direct shade. Yeah, like, you just got to know. You got to get it. You got to use your logic here. It's not about everybody. It's about the people in her world that she feels like is trying to shit on her because she's a woman.
Here's another quote I wanted to read real quick, and then, Ren, I want you to then take over here. Another quote that someone said is, your career is climbing different corporate ladders and getting plum jobs at different corporations, including at Disney, something most black men on the ground won't ever get to experience. How are you not guilty of wanting better access to patriarchy rather than dismantle it?
Wow. See, so once again, I think everybody needs a clear definition of patriarchy. I think, number one. I think once again, this tweet or this whatever she sent out is such a blanket. It's so open. It's open. It's like open for interpretation. Because I understand what he's saying. He's basically saying, wait a minute, you're complaining about what black men are doing, but you're doing the same. But in reality, his argument is kind of off because she's not saying climb to the top of the ladder. And I don't know. I think he's off. But once again, how can you say he's off if the tweet that she sent was so open? She should have just said, hey, listen, Tom, you son of a bitch. Ooh. This is how I feel about you. So everybody would be like, oh, Tom, you dirty. Right. But to leave it open and mask it by saying, and mask it by saying black men is like, now, black men gonna feel the type of way, especially the ones who's working at Target, especially the ones who's working as a janitor at a high school. They're like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, I go to work every day. Like, I'm not, no. And they're probably saying, if I get to the top, I'll dismantle that bitch. Unlike you. And it's like, well, no one can never really dismantle it. All you can do is just have a seat at that damn table and make sure that shit is done right. You can't dismantle stuff that's been going on for X amount of time. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like trying to tell a white person to give away your white privilege. Man, listen, they're not giving that away. Why should they? Because they're so used to it, how they wouldn't even know how to give it away. They'll listen, when back in March, when all the killings started, which, killings have started longer for black people getting killed.
Now your mic is getting a little, did you come a little too close? Did you hit your mic or something?
No.
It sounds like a bubbling sound.
Yeah, it sounds like a bubbling sound.
Right here?
Well, your mic sounded like a bubbling sound.
Does it still sound like a bubbling sound?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, you throwing shade. I ain't mad at you.
No,
right,
it is. I was just like, let me mind my business. I didn't want it to be about me,
I can't even hear anything. So I don't know where the fuck they're coming from.
Koya's like, I'm doing perfect tonight. I don't have anything to worry about now.
Got
It's
my
random.
Optimum Wi-Fi, okay?
Hey, sponsor us, Optimum. Sponsor us.
Hey. We need a sponsor. We are not joking.
Bad.
Yeah, so basically, so I don't know.
Lord.
It's too open. And sorry for the bubbling because I can't hear it, so that's the bad part.
Well, we have one more topic to cover, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off and then I'll cut back on. All right?
Okay.
All right. One last thing before I cut off though. Notice you don't hear any other group of women, any other race, denigrating their men as much as black women denigrate black men. Or vice versa. Because
we're matching energy, right?
Yeah, or vice versa.
Talking about our hair and this and that, and your mother look like Lord knows what.
All right, I'll call y'all back.
All right, bye-bye.
And now for a quick commercial break.
Hey guys, as you can hear, we are unapologetic in our opinions. We may be politically incorrect or possibly wrong, but don't knock us for being ourselves and saying what many are too afraid to admit out loud. Anyways, if you have any thoughts or questions about our show, email us at chemistryproductions@gmail.com. That's K3MISTRY productions@gmail.com. We'll be sure to address whatever you have to say.
Keep talking.
What's up?
Yeah, now your mic sounds good.
Yeah, it's weird because nothing happened. That's the weird part. It's like, we said it's bubbling. I'm like, shit, I don't even hear it doing anything. I can't even hear myself.
Anyways, the last topic, that was a very lively discussion. Did any of y'all have anything else to say before the last topic?
I lost my train of thought when I said my headphones started bugging. I don't know what the hell I was talking about.
I think that as black people, we just gotta learn to come together and really just have these hard discussions and come to a compromise on how we want to be treated. Because the bottom line is
treated and how we freaking air our dirty laundry.
Yes, that's true. That's very true.
Like seriously, Twitter's not really the spot, man. Twitter's for motherfuckers, for the others. It ain't for us.
Ain't it either. They be going crazy on Facebook. Facebook is so personal, it's unreal.
Facebook
is a mess, man. What's the next topic? Because SARS. We don't know about SARS.
Yeah. So speaking of black people getting, Lord, Say
what about SARS? What about SARS?
Oh shit!
Leave it up to Jay Random to make a serious topic a comedy hour.
Random.
Anyways, yes. So speaking of black relations, I want to talk about SARS. SARS actually is a controversial police unit known as the Special Anti-Robbery Squad that is located in Nigeria. So this squad was formed because there were a lot of assaults, murders, kidnappings, and robberies that were going around in Nigeria. And this SARS was formed in order to address this. And sadly, these police officers or these people that are part of this unit, they started to abuse their power and kidnap people and torture people and kill people. So, and this is black on black crime over in Nigeria. So you have people in high positions, black individuals in high positions, actually harming the black citizens of that nation, because even if they're Nigerian, you're still black.
That's correct.
It doesn't matter if you're Nigerian, you're still black. So at the end of the day, people were protesting these atrocities that were occurring because of SARS. And they've been protesting this for years. So SARS was formed back in the 90s, I believe. And so there's recently been a big uptick in people protesting because SARS has not ended their brutality, even though there have been promises made from people in power in Nigeria saying that, okay, we're going to dismantle SARS and we're going to make sure that we make the unit or the group address these problems that are happening in Nigeria in a better way. But they haven't been doing that. So there's recently been an uptick in protests, and protesters have actually been killed as a result of that. So
I saw that.
Yeah, so my thing at first, I didn't pay attention to this because I was like, oh, SARS, the virus came back again, you know? So I wasn't paying attention to it. But then the more I was reading about it, because I was made aware, because I have people that are close to me that are of African descent, like directly from the continent of Africa, Nigerian, Ghanaian, what have you. They made me more aware of it. And as a result, I started digging deeper into it. And this needs to be addressed because we need to show a united front as Black people. Yes, we have different cultures, and yes, we have different practices, and obviously there is tension on both sides. You got foreign-born blacks come to America talking junk about Black Americans, and then Black Americans.
And we don't like that.
We don't like that. And a lot of times we respond by talking junk. A lot of times it's provoked. We don't really talk junk just off the rip. A lot of times it's provoked.
No.
So
I don't really get what that's about.
It comes down to white folk. That's what it's white supremacy. They got into our heads and they got us beefing with one another. Because you think about it, Nigeria was colonized by who? White folk. I think the British. And then you have us. We've been dealing with a history of racism and white supremacy in the Americas all this time. And then we get all these images of Africa thinking that people live in huts over in the different countries over there. And people over there in the different African countries, a lot of them living better than we are here.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, we need a united front. We need a united front, and we have to show our support over there. Yeah, we're dealing with our drama over here, police brutality, and we're dealing with white supremacy over here.
Still be supportive.
Yes, we can. So that's why I wanted to bring it up.
Yes, and SARS. It's sad. I saw this guy got killed because the guy from SARS, I guess one of the whoever, told him to unlock his phone and he didn't.
Yeah.
They just killed him. They're just reckless, and it's sad. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
got anything to say?
Yeah, well, I think the problem, first off, is that it's a shame that we got to watch it on BBC America to see, because that's how I found out about SARS. At first, I was just like you. I turned, and I was watching BBC America. BBC. They do the news everywhere, all over the world. And when I first saw SARS, I'm like, what is this? Like, why the heck do I care about SARS? What is that? Another? I'm like, SARS, Corona. Damn, they dealing with SARS.
Yeah.
And then when I started looking at the actual the header, and then I started reading more at the bottom, it was like protest. I'm like, protest? And I'm like, okay, this can't be about no damn virus. I know they ain't protesting about no damn SARS. So, so then once again, now it's coming up and you see all the protests going on. You're like, wow, what is going on? So no, the sad part is, like I said again, only how we as Americans, I think, can really see what's going on is if you turn the BBC, because CNN's too busy talking about Trump and coronavirus. Coronavirus, and stimulus bill. And I get it. I mean,
it's stimulus bill.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The things I want to point out about SARS specifically is that President Muhammadu Buhari, he actually said that he was going to disband SARS in Nigeria to end like this crazy policing that is harming people. And a new tactical police unit called the Special Weapons and Tactics Team was created to fill in the gaps made by the disbandment of SARS. But as a result of that, there ended up being even more violence. And I think there was a 24-hour curfew that occurred recently. I want to say this occurred back in maybe a week ago or so in October. And as a result of that, they just started shooting at protesters. So there's a lot going on right now. I don't know all the facts. All I know is that the police units over there are acting just as corrupt, if not even more corrupt than the police over here in America. So that to me is very alarming, and it just shows that police, no matter where you go, and it circles back to Ice Cube, F the police. No matter where you go, it's F the police.
Period.
Seriously.
Listen, nowadays police, I really believe nowadays police, they actually escalate. They don't de-escalate shit.
Right.
They escalate it.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, it's to the point nowadays you second guess. Or it's like a thought, it's a hesitation. Should I call the cops?
Right, it might make it worse.
Might make it worse. Exactly. That's why I know, for me, when even when my alarm went off in my house last month, I'm like, free. It's 4 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I got to roll up on these cops because they met me at the house, and I'm like, dang, I had to take off my mask, show my face, put my mask back on. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's extra stuff you got to do that I feel that's not even cool, but you got to do it because, listen, at the end of the day, I'm trying to get home. So,
right.
If you go, listen, that's why I tell Jay Stokes, if I got killed by the cops, investigate it. Because believe me, the license going to be out, the face mask going to be off, going to be like, no, this is me.
Yo,
hands up.
Hey, stop it. Leave me alone.
Exactly. So if we go pop, You know, son.
That's the thing. It's like you could do everything right.
No, you're right. You're right. You could do everything right, and it still could wind up
for your ID, and then that's a problem. You know, it's like you can't.
Listen. I'm driving in the car, looking for my wallet. Like I'm getting everything ready. Got my ID on the dashboard. It's silly, but so that's why I'm like, cops nowadays they seem like they are here to escalate, not de-escalate. They just want to I don't know. Especially, and God forbid you find one that had a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, it's a problem. But no, seriously, it's sad what's going on over there.
Corey, you hear the bubbling?
Yep. I'm on my business.
Wow.
It's no longer about me, guys.
I cannot wait to hear how the bubbling sounds because I don't hear nothing.
Wait, do me one favor so we can hurry up and end the show. Hang up, and then I'm gonna call you back, and then we're gonna see if the bubbling's there or not, and then we're gonna see.
Hold on, I got a better idea. Give me a second.
Okay. Dang, I already found out where I'm gonna put the commercial break at, so I can't put another commercial break. I don't feel like going off the video. Good. I can't wait till you see the commercial break. I'm serious. I put so much effort into that. Yes. Okay. And here's the thing. Even when I did the video and I put the first copy, like I rendered and put out the first copy, it was wrong. So I had to go back in and I had to redo the video again.
What are you talking?
You know how frustrated that is?
Yeah, I'm sure. Wasting time. I hate that.
Yeah, man. Call me back.
All right, I'm gonna hang you up and then we'll call you. Wait,
call me back. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
All right.
I can hear him now without the bubble. But he can't hear us. Oh God, it's getting ghetto.
All right, let me invite him and we'll get it back.
Getting ghetto.
Cool. I didn't overtalk you too much, did I?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
No, I don't have a lot of energy today, guys. So I'm just here. I just showed up.
Oh man.
So I wouldn't get fined.
Yo, I'm telling you, when we really making some money, when we really start making some money off of this, it's a wrap.
You still have to, you still
I'm
have to
show up so I can get my cash.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no headphones on now.
You sound fine. You sound fine.
Yeah, for now on, I'm not gonna wear my headphones in. Damn it, I'm gonna just rock out.
It was fine till I don't know what.
Yeah,
it was fine for a long time. Sounds like it was coming from your mic. I don't think it was your headphones, but let's not jinx it. So we're good now.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone. Anyways, any last thoughts before we end this podcast episode right here?
Did anybody waste any of their time listening to Tory Lanez go on and on and on and on and on and on?
No, please.
I didn't really watch it either, but basically he was insinuating that she's lying over and over and over. That's all he keeps saying is that she's lying. And then they were saying, they showed a clip of her. She had in the house. She had got robbed and she was crying that they would let him in and everybody was feeling like all the sympathy. But then they're like, Megan Thee Stallion says she got shot in the foot and y'all need to see her medical records, police records. She's still lying. Like, we got to do too much for somebody to believe stuff that we say.
Speaking of patriarchy.
I never believed Patriarchy in that shit.
We can just put that all together, mesh that all together.
Buddy.
Well, thanks for mentioning she who will not be named. So now I gotta.
Oh no!
Yeah, it is what it is.
Listen, this is my girl. I don't like too much, but she needs to adopt me.
That's a mess. But so what do you think about that? What do you think about what Tory Lanez was saying?
I just don't know how people could believe him. I'm just really like, it bothers me that everybody's like, oh, Megan's a liar. Megan's like, why would she lie about that? It just really doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would she lie about being shot? Like, for what? No,
you know what? So I don't know if you heard the story. Now, I don't know if you heard Tory Lanez's bodyguard tell his side of the story. You heard that?
No, because Academics was already like spinning too much stuff, so I just got a headache.
Yes.
Like, oh shit.
So Tory Lanez's bodyguard is kind of navigating towards an argument happened between Meg and the girl, the whoever house she was at. I don't know if we can say the name or not.
She's a
And it's okay.
I gotta mute out everything. We just don't mention anything with that clan at all. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for making my life harder. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Argument happened, right? So Tory Lanez and Meg best friend or the girl that was in the car get out. They start arguing. As they arguing, they fighting over the gun. The gun drops. Pow. Shoots in the foot. Meg.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh,
That's
really?
what the bodyguard is saying. So it was like an accident. It wasn't like Tory.
Well, if that's the case, then that throws a whole wrench in the entire story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't really. That's his bodyguard, though.
And the gun dropped. And the
Yeah,
gun.
you know what?
That's very
Okay.
convenient, though.
I did hear that, but it's his bodyguard.
But that's convenient.
I can't really. You know,
Listen,
if it was her bodyguard, I could probably buy it a little bit better.
Right. Her bodyguard would get fired, though. You know that. So it's kind of like, yeah, who do you believe? I don't listen. At the end of the day, she did get shot.
Thank God she's alive.
Yeah, and when it's all said and done, hopefully this plays out in court and somebody is found guilty.
I honestly don't care at this point because a lot of he say, she
I'm
say.
trying not to say I don't care, but
I don't.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even watch it because it was like, you know, the Shade Room put up like maybe 10 clips and he just going on and on and on. So all I got from it was the same thing he said last week before he dropped the album. She's lying.
Yeah,
I believe him.
Listen, unless somebody got it on tape, dude, just give it up.
Yeah, I believe that he's guilty, no matter what he says.
The thing is this, Meg's still going to have a career shaking her behind. Tory Lanez is still going to have a career. This is probably going to jettison his career now because he could make a whole bunch of things about women not telling the truth and all that. You see, his album did well.
Track record, though.
You said
the
what?
last girl, he has an abusive track record, though. So I don't know why it's so hard for people to believe.
Because if you are an attractive male, no matter who you are.
5'2". I'm 5'2".
If you are an attractive male, it doesn't matter. Women will let you get away with murder, literally, and men that want to be like you, they'll let you get away.
He's a leprechaun.
Well, look what happened when Chris Brown beat up Rihanna.
Damn.
Look what happened there.
Don't bring my.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Jake Stokes, she's talking about don't bring him up.
I'm just saying.
Don't bring him up.
The game beats up.
The game really beat the girl up, or did she just want to check?
Well, she got it. She got the money, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
She won that settlement. She won that.
She won that settlement and took his record label.
Wow. Yeah, she won it. Yeah.
Yep, she took his record label.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A lot of times when men are in power, they feel like they're not touchable. You know,
Trey Songz over that too. He's salty over that. She took his record label and his masters.
So guess what that means?
Did him a favor with the record label. Wasn't like the movie.
With his masters?
The masters. No, the masters. That's foul. But listen, ching
ching. Don't have money, so you had to pay. You had to pay. You had to pay $7 million.
The fact of the matter is this: if you are an attractive person in general, people will let you get away with stuff. It doesn't matter. The attraction could be physical. The attraction could be power. The attraction could be money, prestige. People let you get away with it.
That's true.
If it comes out that Meg did tell the untruth, even though I don't think she did, but if it were to come out that she did tell the untruth, I guarantee you people will spin it and try and be like, oh, well, Meg is da-da-da-da. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, got a point.
Because she's an attractive person. People want to be like her. People want to gravitate towards her.
Who's she attracted to? Who?
Who wants to be like her is more so.
And who thinks she's attractive? I'm sorry.
Everybody watch her twerk videos. It doesn't necessarily.
Twerk videos are good.
It doesn't necessarily. It has to be a physical feature. So the person's face cannot look good, but other parts of their body can.
She has a nice body, and she can twerk really good.
So it doesn't matter. It's just
I don't need
attraction.
The twerk.
I agree.
Yeah. With that being said, all right, y'all.
Yo, deuces. Next time I'm doing the show with no headphones, going dolo.
We got to get microphones, to be honest, like actual good microphones. I'm tired of doing the Zoom calls and just talking into the speaker.
Wait, which one is it? Is my shit popping? Is it popping now?
Don't quit. I'm buying everybody all new microphones one of these days so we can actually be on one
I could plug mine back in, but y'all said it wasn't. And I just got the chorus. I don't really know. It could be the computer. I don't know.
Man. I'm going to the computer, baby girl.
Please, y'all, support the AVIOT podcast so we can have
Yes, y'all. Let's get it.
All right, y'all. It's been
all right. Bye, guys.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.